Hollywood ramps up its pro-abortion propaganda to levels we've never seen before. And there are activist groups who are lobbying Hollywood executives to step up the amount of propaganda in TV shows to encourage black women to have more abortions. Folks, this is demonic, and we're going to get into it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we are the antidote to the daily onslaught of radical woke Marxist propaganda. A recent report out of the University of California, San Francisco, revealed that pro-abortion propaganda in narrative TV programming has hit an all-time high. But activists are upset that there is still not enough black abortions being depicted on TV shows. These so-called activists are freaking evil. Apparently, there is this advancing new standards in reproduction health at the University of California, San Francisco's Bixby Center for Global Reproductive Health. My God, that is a long name. And for the past several years, it has issued an annual report listing all American film and television depictions of abortion procurement or discussion. Folks, they're spending money on keeping track of how much abortion is being talked about on TV and in film. These people are ghouls. Well, there's a research analyst named Steph Harold, and she works for an activist group that I can't really pronounce. And I'm not going to, because I'm not going to give them any highlights. Well, they supposedly conduct rigorous, innovative social science research on complex and controversial issues related to reproduction, and they thoroughly support abortion. Folks, this is a group that believes that the more television and film depictions that normalize abortion, the better. Harold wrote that the reversal of Roe v. Wade in June of 2022, quote, will undoubtedly have devastating repercussions for decades to come. What about the devastating repercussions from aborting 20 million black babies since 1960? And just think about the repercussions it's going to have on the black community in America. These activists don't even give a damn. This wacko group came out with its 5th annual report where they said that they found at least 60 abortion plot lines or mentions in television shows between January and December of 2022 in 52 distinct programs. Folks, you got to be a real frickin' ghoul to go over all those TV shows. Okay, 52 distinct programs. That means that they picked 52 television shows to actually sit through and go through to see how many times they have abortion in the plot line or if they mention abortion. And your pro-lifers out there who don't know what shows are doing this, well, shows like Grey's Anatomy, New Amsterdam, Law and Order, and Pretty Little Liars reportedly painted pro-life protections for unborn infants in a negative light, highlighting the corresponding obstacles to women slaughtering their young. What the hell was wrong with these people? Everybody knew since 1973 that women could slaughter their own children so long as they had the money to pay for it, right? Or if they had a Democrat politician in their state who made everyone else pay for it, right? So then why does Hollywood have to jump in and start pushing the idea to get it embedded into the mindset of everyone? Harold's activist group prefers more television characters killing their children on account of financial rather than health concerns, quote, to reflect the reality of abortion patients in the U.S. How about don't have sex until you're planning to have a baby? You see that? I'm a problem solver. Now, here's where it gets uber ridiculous. The report went on to complain about an overrepresentation of white and wealthy women getting abortions. Now, I can understand activists coming out and complaining to Hollywood that there aren't enough black actors and black characters in TV shows. All right, I can get that, but they're complaining that there were more white women, what they call white cisgender women, that were talking about or going to get an abortion on TV shows than black women, and they're upset about that? The crazy woman, Harold, she noted that black women make up nearly 1/3 of the abortion patient population, And she said that she would prefer to see them afforded greater representation in Hollywood. This woman is a freaking ghoul. Think about what she's proposing, what she's complaining about. She was even upset that on television, the vast majority of characters who face barriers to abortion were white and portrayed as middle class or wealthy, what she calls a distinct departure from real life, in which the majority of patients who face barriers to abortion care identify as people of color and are living at or below the federal poverty line. Look, it's amazing what these whack jobs are concerned about. It's almost like these groups have done leftist community organizing for so long that they've lost focus on certain things that they're pushing for. Like, think about it. It shouldn't be that, well, there's not enough black women that are being represented here, because abortion's not a good thing. I'm sorry. I know the feminazis in the country think they are, but it's not a good thing, folks. It's not a good thing to depict on television, but they're making it look like, oh, they can't get the money to get the actors to murder their baby. But folks, this is bullshit. So we can probably think of Steph Harold as the modern day Margaret Sanger, the eugenicist that wants to see as many black babies slaughtered as humanly possible. So much so that she's pushing for propaganda in Hollywood productions. In 2015, Congress put out a report by the Center for Urban Renewal and Education that talks about the effects of abortion on the black community. Now, even though this was done in 2015, things did not get better as far as the value of life goes. In fact, it got worse, I would say. I mean, my last video, I talked about how California and New York created laws that went into effect yesterday on the 1st of 2023 that say that insurance companies, that they must fully cover abortion. Okay? And there's no co-payments, no deductibles, nothing like that. So in other words, they made it so that people who are pro-life or people who are men and aren't married and aren't having kids, they have to now subsidize it because the premiums are going to go up. When you say that there can't be, cost savings of any kind, like co-payments and things like that, cost sharing, all right, the premiums are just going to go up. So that's how bad things have gotten. I don't really bring this up to point out the lies that come from the leftist activist groups like Harold's, but it's because this report, which was a study, said that the leading consumer of abortion services is the black female in America. Now, according to blackdemographics.com, black women made up 22 million Americans as of 2018. Okay? In 2018, the U.S. population was 326.8 million people. Statistically, 22 million Americans is approximately 6.7%, or, almost 7%, okay, if my Catholic school math is correct. So then, how can this crazy woman say that people who face barriers to abortion the most are black women? Okay? If their report came out and said that they make up 1/3 of the population, so 1/3 of the population of abortion is by 6.7% of the population of the census. Does that make sense to anyone? And why are alarm bells not going off? 13% of the population. And the left wants to destroy it. To destroy their future. Because that's what's going on, folks. Whether you know it or not. That's what they're pushing for. And I just really think we need to have a national discussion about it. All right, so stick around for another 10 seconds, if you will, to see the videos at the end, because I think you're going to like them. So that's it. Thanks a lot. Thanks for spending time with us. We'll see you in the next one.